3.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Got me a little facelift while we've been gone, man. Some shit's been going down in the Shibby Shack, man. I tried to start a fire out back. Gasoline went everywhere. My face burnt up. My baby mama won't even talk to me no more. She said I look hideous, bro. It's terrible, man. I'm about to start a GoFundMe, man. My beard's gone. I need I need some help, man. What's been going on? What's been popping, man? We're back. We're gonna wrap it up for season 2. So y'all stay tuned,
Yeah.
man. Y'all stay
Yeah.
tuned. Put your
Season
listening ears
finale.
on, man. This is the season
Season
finale.
finale. Hey, and we've done made sure that we've lined up. We're gonna make sure we take our time and line up the content just right for season 2. It's gonna be perfect. But we wanted to end tonight on Halloween, baby. As you can
Yeah.
tell, you got a boy over here wearing that Dollar General Freddy Krueger mask.
Hey, man. Look, what's more
That,
freakers than
that,
this, bro? You know what I'm saying?
hey, that ain't studio quality, if you know what I'm saying.
You know, hey, this look like one of those Japanese knockoff films, man. This ain't
Yeah,
Freddy. This is Kenny. This is
that's
Kenny.
a
Right,
this
right.
that's the one you get on eBay that's from Taiwan or Hong Kong.
That's that
Oh,
wish list.
yeah, this is
Wish.com,
Wish
man.
Freddy Cougar, baby. Oh
Oh,
man,
Devin says, "What's up?"
what's
All right,
good, DFO?
hey, since we are cracking open with Halloween, let's jump off. Let's jump off right into. We about to do a fantasy draft right now on your Halloween characters. Uh, we'll do youngest to oldest. I'll be last. So Jake
Mm,
coming in round 1.
mm.
Round 1. Who is your first pick, baby? Hey, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. After we say all our picks, we have to debate it now. Who's gonna win that fight first round?
Okay, first
Okay,
round. This the
okay.
first round.
First round.
Oh, man, I'm gonna have to go with Leprechaun.
Oh,
Leprechaun
the
first
I'm
little
gonna
round.
have to. I'm
swirly,
gonna have
the
to go
little
with
swirly
Leprechaun.
son of a bitch, man. Them motherfuckers is creepy as hell.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to go with it. You know what I mean? From my earliest memories of like horror and horrible characters, and yeah, man, that Leprechaun movie did it to me.
Yeah, man.
It was definitely different. Like
Yeah,
I
It was
honestly
a different
believe
kind of
that
scary.
Jay got me to watch it for the first
I
time.
did. I
Yeah.
did. I did. It
Yeah,
did
it
something to
was
you.
more. It was more of the black culture, how
Yeah,
scary stuff.
yeah, it was.
I
It was
think that it
definitely.
had to have been a black director and writer who wrote the Leprechaun because the way he acted and stuff, it was more towards that genre.
He was thugging out.
For
What you
sure.
got? What you got, Aaron?
Man, I'm gonna go with Freddie, bro. PJ
Mm,
Masks. Freddie
mm.
You,
was a gangster, man. He had some revenge. He was coming for them spirits, boy. He was
hey,
Mm.
tormenting
let me
everybody.
let me ask you something. Since Freddie was the guy who entered dreams, do you think he entered wet dreams or just normal
Oh,
dreams?
bro, I would. If I was Freddie, I'd be like, yeah, I'm doing you next. Ah!
Could you imagine though if you was having one and you're back like who I forgot one of y'all said y'all's girl was Topanga back in the day or was that me? I don't even remember. But could you imagine just sitting there having you a wet dream about Topanga and then all of a sudden when
You
you
just
go
feel
to
them little claws.
no, no,
Freddie.
no. When you go to blow your load, you look down and blow it, and then all of a sudden one of them freaking claws come out like boom, right up, gone, split in half.
Oh my
Oh
God.
God,
I need
bro.
to I
Yeah.
need to write a
See,
scary movie because that was
Yeah,
see,
that was
this is
pretty
why
sick.
Freddie wins, bro. He got that psychological. Because if you can't sleep, you gonna die anyways, bro. You can only
I'm sorry.
last
I'm
so
sorry.
many hours before you can't sleep,
You
bro.
ain't beating my number one, bro. This dude, everybody knows on the earth that Star Wars means the world to me,
Hmm.
but I geek over number 2 just as much as Star Wars, and that's my boy Michael, bro. Ain't nobody beating Michael Myers, bro. It ain't happening, bro.
Yeah.
Michael Myers is gonna whoop
Yeah.
you and the leprechaun. I'm gonna punt that leprechaun across the state of Alabama.
Nah, bro. Michael's just got a writer that doesn't want to let that man die, bro. That's
Michael
all
don't
it
even
is.
have dreams, so you lose right there. He don't even sleep, bro. He up 24/7.
All I need, if I was in one of those movies, I'm going to get a fucking wood chipper and I'm throwing his bitch ass in there. He can't regenerate. He's just a strong motherfucker. So it's going to take about 20 of us. We're going to need 20 solid people. All right, I'm telling y'all now, I need 20 strong, cornbread fed motherfuckers to kill him because I couldn't do it by myself. But
Yeah.
a wood chipper, 20 strong country boys, just we're gonna get this man.
Spoiler alert! But the final movie they do grind them up. But
see, I ain't even watched it yet. I've been saying that from day one. Why are y'all scared of this man?
I heard it was trash though.
It's horrible. It's a horrible movie. Horrible movie. Let me tell you. The whole freaking movie, bruh. The whole freaking movie, bruh, is about this other kid who wants to be Michael Myers. Michael Myers was actually in the movie for total of 10 minutes. And then you would think when the final fight between Laurie Strode and Michael, it's gonna be just a knockdown drag. No, she beats him up in like 5 minutes and it's over.
Oh wow!
She must be on steroids, bro.
It's over,
must have been juicing up for that part.
It was sad. All right, round 2, Jay. Who you got?
I'm gonna have to go with my boy Jason. I'm gonna have to go with my boy Jason. I'm coming out with my boy. Yeah. I mean, that's another dude who don't die. He just don't die. Like I don't care what you do to him. I don't care how you do to him. He just does not die, bro.
No.
Yeah.
So definitely.
All right.
I'm gonna have to go with Pinhead, man. Pinhead was a creepy man. He just freaked me out, bro. I don't even think I finished any of the movies as a child because I would literally have nightmares. That's what I'm saying.
Hellraiser.
Hellraiser.
Yeah, but his name was Pinhead, though, right?
Yeah, his name was Pinhead. Yeah,
was it?
Yeah,
Have you seen the movie Hellraiser?
Man, we started watching, and I was like, "Whoa, shit!" Jen passed out on me.
Yeah, the new Hellraiser. Yeah, it's Try to watch it, man. It's
boy, it is twisted.
Yeah, it's super freaky, freaky.
And there's more than one.
And my number 2, and Laura, my sister reminded me of it. But this is way before y'all's time. Y'all probably ain't even seen the movie. And the only reason I've seen the movie is because of my Uncle Jimmy. But Christine.
Oh, the car?
Oh,
yeah. You can't outrun her. She gonna run you down, baby, and then she take care of business. She even goes on the prowl when you ain't even around, bro.
Yeah. She lurking, bro. These streets ain't safe.
And then she works for you. Somebody do you dirty, a girl do you dirty, a dude are you getting bullied up? She can go take care of it. You know what I'm saying? She gonna go run you down, flatline you. You know? Hey, cars ain't, they wasn't fiberglass back then, baby. They was raw steel. You know what I'm saying?
So raw steel.
Flat out. So all right, what you got 3 then? Round 3, baby.
As far as I mean, a third one. Let me see. Ooh, man, I'm gonna have to go with the serial killer himself, man. I'm gonna have to go with Ray, man. That boy Chucky was nothing to play with, man. That boy Chucky was nothing to play with.
He was bad, bro.
Chucky was nothing to play with.
Chucky did have me creeped out too, bro. I didn't want to fuck with dogs. Yeah,
didn't nobody want no good fella.
My grandma had them little life-size dolls, bro. I hated them things, man. I hated them things, bro.
Horrible. I remember trying to watch it, and I'd have to turn it off at night, and then I'd motivate myself to turn it back on. I'd watch it a little bit more. I'd turn it back on.
And because he's so tiny, that motherfucker could be anywhere, bro.
Anywhere.
Bro. You hear that little laugh.
You didn't want no toy or no nothing in your room.
But I'll tell you what made me not like think he was that freaky no more was the seed of Chucky. That movie was just hands down a hilarious.
Yeah,
mine was the bride of Chucky when he met the girl and got married to and all that. Yeah.
I like the bride of Chucky because it was just.
I liked it. I like all the Chuckies.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it wasn't like I'm talking about the scary factor kind of went away.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they done started making that man more human-like. Yeah, he had
like
emotion.
Operish, or
now he got a wife that he doing the dirty
with. Yeah. That tripped me out.
Bro.
When I see them little plastic booties rubbing together, boy, that shit was hilarious. That shit was hilarious.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, because he ended up turning her into a doll. Yeah. But what was silly about it? At first, he fell in love with him, and he wasn't even a doll. You know, he was. I mean, she wasn't a doll yet.
Just was
normal human blonde-headed white girl.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Right. That man finessed her.
Who you got number 3, Aaron?
Oh, it's a toss-up, man. It really is. But I'm gonna have to go with Leatherface. That dude was freaky, bro. He was freaky.
Texas Chainsaw, little inbred boy.
Yeah, he was freaky, bro. He had like Mike Myers' strength. I mean, he could be killed, but killing people's faces off and wearing them. That's a whole nother side of. I don't want to mess with that dude. You know what I mean?
Right. I can see that.
I'm gonna go with the little Chinese girl from The Ring, because anybody that can pop through your TV and get you.
Yeah. 7 days.
Yeah.
Upside down, crawling on you, dogs, come in your room, water puddles in your house.
You're right.
Lars said, "Are we old enough to know Evil Dead?" I remember that movie.
I remember Evil Dead. Yeah. I was finna go back as far as Pet Sematary.
Oh yeah, that's super old. And
super old.
They redid it, and it was all right.
I need the real one. You know what I would love to see a remake of, and I need them to do it all the way right. Like, don't cut no corners. I need people to like really have nightmares about this shit if they redo it. 13 Ghosts.
Oh yeah, hands down. Yeah,
13 Ghosts. Yeah. If they redid 13 Ghosts,
down,
and they really redid it, like with all the effects and shit we got now. Oh man. I was wondering where you.
I was dying. I almost forgot it was on my face. I was like, damn, man. I feel
about to pass out and shit.
Turn the air off. It's hot.
Yeah. Front forward in the dead. I'm very surprised that Jay didn't say Candyman. I thought you was going Candyman.
I mean, Candyman, when, like I said, that's a cultural thing. That was just like, one of them hood movies that we watched.
Have you watched the new one?
Trash, horrible.
He said trash.
I never watched it.
Horrible, bro. It ain't even worth watching. Swear to God, it ain't even worth watching.
I will say though, my third runner-up was gonna be Ghostface, because that dude.
Oh, Scream.
Yeah, man, he was smooth with it, man. He's gonna die. He's gonna die regardless, or get caught. Regardless, the man getting caught, getting killed. But he's taking out 6+ people before he goes, and it's just the baddest way. And then he's playing the psychological game. Hey, Sydney.
He gets kicked out though, because he's always a teenager kid trying to be a killer though. He loses the factor for it being that.
It wasn't. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't like terrifying. It's more like, man, shit, old Rob down the street, man, his house pretty crazy, boy. He looked like he a stab folk. He looked like he a slasher, Yeah.
What as being a kid, what's your most memorable of being in Halloween?
The first time I went trick or treating.
The first time you
The
remember that?
yeah, because I was a little older. First of all, you got to understand, I came from, my folks real Baptist Southern, so Halloween was supposed to be witchcraft, and we weren't supposed to indulge in such shit and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't go trick or treating until I was a little older. I was probably about 9, maybe 10, when I went trick or treating for the first time, and I can remember it, man, because my dad was like, they was, into it with each other. My dad and my mom, they was going through their little differences or whatever the case is, and my dad was like, "Screw it, I'm gonna take my boy trick or treating. You ain't finna." You ain't finna have him deprived of childhood because you up here with that nonsense and yada yada. So
Shit.
I was like, hell yeah, Pop, let's go trick or treating or whatever the case is. So my dad bought me a Power Rangers costume, dude. And I don't know if it was the White Ranger at that, but I don't know if y'all know how thin and slim those costumes were. Those weren't, like you said, studio quality. It wasn't like I had.
Yeah,
You
I had
know,
one. I was a Power Ranger one year. I know
yeah,
there was just a little nylon zip up in the
right,
back with a plastic mask, and it
right.
was just a
So,
front piece. It wasn't like you whole head.
the head was doing right.
Eventually,
So
they made them where the nylon went over your head like a hoodie, but they did.
exactly.
We wasn't there yet.
Exactly. So, long story short, remind you, I got on this underwear, socks, my shoes. That is it. It
So
is like
you
now.
sweating through it, ain't you?
Nah, it is like now 8:30 at night, and dude, the temp outside
It's
is,
cold.
bruh,
Oh,
bruh. It had to be 20 degrees. It had to
out
be
there,
like.
out there trying to get candy.
I'm talking about shaking like a stripper when a celebrity come in. Like it was bad. It was bad, bro. And I was like, I don't even want to trick or treat no more, man. Like they kind of like just killed it for me for the rest of the time. Like I was just like, man, because you remember, like well, Aaron, I know but Joe knew when I was young, I had like a slight phobia of dogs. Like I ain't mess with everybody dogs to this
bro,
day.
you
I
still got
still
a slight
don't
phobia.
mess with everybody dogs. I still don't mess with everybody dogs. So I say that to say, Joe, you remember the guy? He was an older man, and they used to stay on the next street over. I don't know what the white Pomeranian. It was white. Dolly was the dog's name.
He
You
even know
remember
the
that?
dog's name. No, I don't
Yeah,
remember.
you don't remember them?
Hey, terrified him, bro.
Long story
See, I
short,
don't remember all these dogs' names. I swear I'm
you
gonna go back up and kill
swear to
all of
God,
y'all dogs.
swear to God. I say that to say, bro, I was so cold that night when we went to my man's house. You know
He's
what I'm
better
saying?
hug up to Dolly. Come here, Dolly.
Hey, look, Dolly ran up to me and I didn't even move. It didn't even. I ain't even. It was like I ain't even see Dolly.
Mm.
Yeah, so like that's my like very fun
Oh, so
first.
you was on our street trick or treating?
Yeah,
Yeah, that came to like a zero.
yeah,
Nobody
yeah,
trick or treat.
yeah, definitely.
Oh man.
Definitely. So yeah, I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that was then, man. That was ooh, years ago. But yeah, that's my favorite, fondest memory of Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Like
Dude,
off the walk.
mine has to be, Uncle Jimmy, he bought the in Grayson Valley, he bought the townhouses when they were built, and he moved in there like in 91 or so. And dude, when I got of age to trick or treat, dude, Grayson Valley was just, dude, it was berserk. When I was in my younger age, bro, people say this to say it, and some people might experience whatever, but bro, you could take you a pillowcase and you could fill it up and have to dump it out and go back
Yup.
out with the same pillowcase, because back then it was just every house, and people had haunted houses, like going through their
Yup.
houses, going through their
Yeah,
front yards. They were
yeah,
all decked out. Everybody was in the driveways with their trunks open, doing trunk or treat. Jimmy's neighbor across the street, she was this crazy woman named Sue. She used to go all out, bro. She would have like chains and all this blaring music. And then as I got a little older, she used to let me like dress up as a scary person and just kind of like lay in the yard still, just being real still. And then I'd jump up, and scare people. And dude, it's definitely not like that, like it is now with,
it's like an assembly line now, man.
At Grayson Valley, it's nothing. Like there's nobody there anymore. But
and
I feel like when I rode around, in the past couple of years with Halloween going on, like you don't see what, because we lived in Grayson Valley. We lived up there on Streetman Circle at my grandparents' house, like inside that neighborhood back there. And you're right, man. You'd go down that big ass 2 hills. That whole street was nothing but kids running everywhere. Like you said, you'd run in and out of houses because they'd have it set up where you go through the garage and you end up going out the front door or the back door, and they got stuff blocked off so you can't go through their house, but they might be in there trying to jump scare you. Oh, get your candy. And you run off. Now you just got like a group of 20 people walking door to door, and there's hardly no decorations. It's all just,
back
then
it was every single house, every single house.
I call it like an assembly line. You know what I mean? It's just we've got to go get candy. Getting candy.
But the only neighborhood that I know of that still do it somewhat like how it was back in the day.
My neighborhood does it now. My neighborhood is wild, just like Grayson Valley was back in the day. Mine is like that now.
I was gonna say Mount Brook, like Mount Brook always, like any little neighborhood over there in Mount Brook.
Oh man, our neighborhood is the same as Stockton over in Trussville. They're that way. Long Meadow's that way, but our neighborhood, dude, if you go to the end of our street, and it's actually the other neighborhood, but since there's a patch of grass, you can see like straight down. Dude, he does that video equipment where like, dude, he has it projected on his house, and it's insane. I know it costs a lot but it literally looks like his house can come apart. It opens up, and it's like, what in the world? How is he doing it? And he does it every year. He's blaring music. They're doing that big old thing in their cul-de-sac. You know how if you leave my street, you can see that cul-de-sac.
That dip off.
Yeah, it's right there. And he does that same crap every year. And like, he's got the windows have people, ghosts and stuff running through it.
Got the fog machine going on.
Oh yeah, fog machine going.
Give me some video of that.
I got a video from my first year. It's still on my phone. I have to find it. Like no crap. Like, how you go like to well, you might not, but you've seen videos of it. But like I've seen it a couple times going to NBA games. You know how they got it where like the project NBA game looked like the floor is falling apart and the wood is falling apart. That's the same thing his house is doing. Like the projector's on the house, and all of a sudden, like, it's like he programs it because it's a brick house. It's like he programs the machine to know it's a brick, and literally, like, ghosts will come flying out or whatever flies out the top of his house, and literally the bricks on his house fall down. Like, and then it builds itself. It's nuts how it works. I'm telling you, you have to see it. It's wild. But he does it every year, except for like 1 year it was raining or whatever it was, and it didn't go down. But usually every year he's on it, dude. He kills it, bro. They live for it.
I got something. What was the craziest haunted house y'all have ever been to?
I don't go to haunted houses, but I'd have been real, like, no, I'm saying, like, I'd have been like real ass haunted houses, like
some real ghost creepy shit,
like some real, like real shit.
Go to them all the time. I probably drove Jay in a couple of them
because it was a house in Gardendale, but that house in Gardendale, legit shit, bro, was like legit, like they were doing like ceremonies there, like. Satanic shit, like it was legit, bro. Legit, bro.
The one that was in Fultondale before they tore down was everybody used to call him Dr. Andrews, and it was off in the woods back before they tore down the YMCA. Like right now, if you was to go there, it would be if you know where Whataburger is in Fultondale, if you would turn left between Whataburger and On Tap, go down that road, and it used to be way off up there up on a hill, but that's when it used to be a bunch of trees and no housing and all that back there. But we used to go back there, dude, and manage our way to get up there, and it was all gated, and we used to manage to get around it. But dude, it used to be it was his personal house, but he was also a doctor, and so, dude, you'd go in his house and you find like these just super antique, like 1950 pill bottles, like nothing had nothing in it, but they were just so old, and then like material and like gauze laying around, and dude, it just gave you like this creepy vibe. But if you want me to say my favorite haunted house, this is no lie.
I know.
At all the haunted houses I've been to. You think you know?
I think I know exactly what you're going to say.
Well, I've been to the ones in Atlanta. I've been to the one where if you reach the top, you get paid all that money, all that. I've been to that one. I've been to because that used to be our biggest thing was travel around and go to haunted houses. But no lie, out of all the ones I've been to, the best one was in Palmerdale at a church. A church hosted it at Palmerdale Church, and dude, it was only there for like 5-6 years, but every year wasn't amazing. But the
Sanitarium or something like that. Yeah, I think that's what it was called. Yeah,
I don't remember what it was called.
That sounds.
But I think that's the way that sounds. I think
He'll fuck around.
We did it, and then it was at a different building because this building got torn down. This was probably when I was like. I was probably 18 or 19 when it was there, and I know what you're saying, and that sounds familiar, but I think that's like after the fact. But dude, it was insane, and it was like freaking $10. Yet I've drove up to Atlanta and done 3 or 4 up there, and each one I did in Atlanta was like $60 a pop. So I'm like nuts. I went to one that's supposed to be the best in the country. And we drove up to Atlanta, and like you have to sign a waiver saying that like crap can get on you, they can touch you, water can spray on you, corn syrup can be sprayed on you as blood. I've done all those, and they were trash compared to that little rinky dink,
I think I remember you. Yeah, I think I remember you telling me about that because it was like something like you died and went to hell or something like that.
No, that's a good one too. Now that's in Gardendale in Mount Olive. That's called the Judgment House. Those were good too. Now those will get in. I got something in my eye. Those will get in your feels, especially back then because I was a horrible person back then. You know what I'm saying? I'm stealing. I'm out here doing drugs. I'm doing horrible things. I'm going to jail and all this. And all of a sudden, my girl at the time was like, "Go to this haunted house with me." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, let's go." So we go over here, and I'm standing in line. Like you have to go wait, just like Atrox and all that. You pull your number and go wait. Well, dude, while you're waiting, people like, "Hey, you mind if I pray on you?" And I'm like, "Bro, what haunted house are we at? Like, what's going on?" And like people want to hand out small groups and like missionary trips and Sunday school, and I'm like, bro, what's going on right now? And I'm like, is this a haunted house or are we about to
go to Bible study?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So we get in there and like you're living your life, you're partying, you're drinking, and you're doing this and and doing all these cool things. And then all of a sudden, boom, you're in a car wreck. And each room's a different situation. You're in a car wreck, and they have it set up to where, like, people running up and running up and, like, blood on their face. Like, oh, my God, I've been in a car wreck, blah, blah, blah. And then you go to the next room, and all of a sudden, it's like the air conditioner's on, real cold. They had it set per room, like, with the air. It's real cool. There's a fan blowing on you. Everything's super white. You were just in a room that was pitch black with lightning striking and strobes and all this other and raindrops and all this. And you go in the next room, it's solid white. And there's clouds in the sky. There's angels standing there. All these girls looking all pretty. And then there's you can see Jesus up there, or not Jesus. What's his head standing there at the pearly gates. And there's a line of people, but it's not us. It's like other people but in each group that you went through, there was people in our group that were actors, and they would get their name called, and they would get to go, like they were getting to go up there and go be in heaven. And I was like, well, I'm thinking in my head, like, this is weird, because like, I didn't know at the time, like, people in my group, how are these people getting called and I'm not getting called? Like, what? How did they get everybody's name? And you get my name, bro. What's up with y'all? Y'all judging me off the rip, bro? What's up? So then all of a sudden, some dude comes out and was like, all right, I don't know word for word what he said, but you know what I'm saying? He was like, all right, all of y'all.
You're going to hell.
Yeah, that was exactly what happened. They was like, you didn't pass judgment, blah, blah, blah. Next room. And they open the door. The whole room is red. The heater is on like 120, bro. It's like they had the heat on in that room, but air conditioner on the next room. And it's hot. You're getting musty now. Everything's red. There's fire. There's all this crap being blown around. And you can see like the Satan dude, the devil dude, like walking around the room. And dude, he's coming up to you and smelling you and looking in your eyes. And he was like, I know y'all were at the party, y'all were drinking and driving, y'all were this and that. And I think the whole like thing was about drinking and driving, and because we wrecked, we got in a car wreck and all that.
Right.
So this and that, and then you go to, he's trying to like get you and grab and pull people, and you go to the next room, and it's basically like trying to give you a second chance, and like, say you to be forgiven and give in and give yourself to God and all that. And everybody's like, yeah. And they're handing out these papers, and you're signing a paper, and somehow you managed, which it was another room, and everybody was dressed, but you went in the next room, and then finally, you made it back to heaven. It was crazy. I went there with Carly.
I can believe that.
Y'all need to look into the McCaney Manor. Y'all seen any of that crap?
You talking about in Florida?
I don't know where it's at.
I think so. I think the McCaney Manor in Florida.
It's crazy, man. It's more or less like you sign up to be tortured, bro. Really, like. And the bad thing is,
haunted house.
It's supposed to be a haunted house.
Oh, I thought it was a real because it's a real.
No. Like it's called McCaney Manor, but nobody, I don't think, has ever actually made it to the manor. You have to go through what they're calling like a boot camp, and you have to be put through this psychological like procedure to test like what you can even like your body and your mind can handle. And a lot of people don't even make it out of this boot camp to make it into the manor. And I think
it's in Tennessee.
Is it in Tennessee? I don't know where it's at, but look at some of the videos, man. It's one of those things that like you sign your life away to experience it, because you could get really hurt. Like there's this video of this one woman on YouTube, dude, her eye socket, like her eyeball is like just bulging out, and they say it's a haunted house, but it sounds more or less like a damn a cult. Like
you got to take a 40-page waiver and a drug test.
Yeah. You
have to watch a 2-hour documentary that shows that whoever's been in there the last 2 years. This is crazy.
What?
It says he said, understand each tour will be different based upon your personal fears and can last up to 10 hours. Bro, who's going to be in a haunted house for 10 hours?
Right. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's some psychological damage, bro.
I got stuff to do.
Nah, ain't nobody doing
But see, I think it's not more or less bragging rights. Because, there's a lot of people that travel, all over the place to go. But I think there was supposed to be like some kind of money you get if you could go through the whole thing.
Nah.
I ain't letting nobody whoop my ass for the potential chance, because they can also pull you out at any given time. In that waiver, they can pull you out any given time if they think you're going to like the emotion win. There's a video I just watched recently, and this thing has been around for like the last like 4 or 5 years. It got real popular like 4 or 5 years ago. And this dude, I mean, he was going through it, and they're videotaping him and like, do you know why you quit? And he's like, yeah, because I was going to win. And he was like, no, you were, on the verge of losing your sanity, this, that, and the other. He's like, no, I was going to win. I could go back in there right now and I could finish this. And the dude who's in charge of the whole thing was like, no, I'm telling you right now, you wouldn't have made it any further, blah, blah, blah. And I think he was in there like 6-7 hours. Like he was in there for a while, man. So
see, man, let's say that, man. First of all, I'm black as hell. So with that being said, whatever the case is, I'm trying my best in my mind. Y'all trying to get me first.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So like, I ain't even finna go for nothing like that.
No, hell no, bro.
6-7 hours.
I'm trying to get my adrenaline up, and I'm good, bro.
Come on, bro.
I'm not gonna say I'd pass it or anything. Uncle Jimmy chimed in and said he thinks Mr. Romney on Dalton's his dog was Dolly. So maybe that was what you was talking about.
Yeah. You don't want to talk about the look. It was a Pomeranian. Yeah, man. I'm telling you.
It's a Pomeranian, bro. You just got a Pomeranian.
Hey, man. It was other people's dogs. You know.
Feisty, bro.
Let me ask you something, Jay, real quick. How come in the Halloween and scary movie, how come the black die first, man? Cause
he's somewhere he ain't got no business every time. You know, for whatever reason, when it is the black man, it's just one. And the rest of y'all,
it's always just one.
And it's just in the rest of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all to death, but it's certain places y'all not gonna take me. Y'all not gonna take me, and I'm not gonna go. Joe would tell you I'm not going. I will sit in the car or do whatever. I'm not gonna do it, bro.
I will put this in a note though. I kind of like surfed around since we talked about it last week, and I looked around, and it's like every movie that I can kind of, not all of them, but let's say 65% of the movies where the black guy dies first, he always trying to get a girl in a bedroom or alone, and that's it's trying to get them white girls, and then bam,
it happens. See, that's what you get.
White
once again, being somewhere you ain't got no business.
It's like those Geico commercials where he's like, that girl's like, run, let's go hide, and they go hide in a cabin full of chainsaw swinging
you know what
around.
I'm saying? Like, stop playing. But I never understood that though. You know what I'm saying? Because like normally we do be the first one to go, and I don't understand that because it never made sense to me. Because like one thing I do know about a black man, and especially a black man when he's scared, you're not catching me, bro. Like that's not happening. Like if I'm on foot, you better be on horseback or on a motorcycle or something, bro. But you're not catching me, bro. You're not catching me.
Horseback.
Like it's just not happening, bro. It's not. Like so I never understood that. Never understood that. But hey, it is what it is. Once again, being in places you ain't got no business being. Like what I look like going to the woods 12 o'clock at night with y'all, just y'all. And me.
Don't go with me, bro. I'll tell you some crazy shit that happened. I can call a guy right now, and he'll tell you word for word what I'm about to tell you. And this is not set up or nothing.
I got some stories, man. We can talk for days on these stories.
I can call Micah right now, bro. I made all this shit up. Right, all of this to get everybody to go, made it up. I said Crybaby Bridge is supposed to be a real thing, but I think it's like South Alabama or way up North Alabama, right?
Okay,
man, it's summertime.
North Alabama.
It's summertime. I knew it was somewhere in Alabama.
Yeah, I've been on it.
The legend is you go to the bridge, you turn your lights off, you put baby powder and put a candy bar on top of it. You turn your lights off, you might hear a little or not. You turn your lights back on, you might see a lady in white and the candy bar's gone. You might see baby footprints in the baby powder. That's all the stuff that could potentially happen or has happened while visiting this. Well, man, it's summertime. We smoking. We're having a good time.
Right.
It's getting to witchcraft hour, man. It's past 12 o'clock, and I'm trying to spook people. I'm like, man, there's this bridge in Hayden, and I bet if we go right now, some crazy shit's gonna pop off. It's a full moon. Crazy shit always pops off when it's full moon. I got everybody hyped up, and dude, probably about 8 of us. There was we had 2 carloads, and we parked one car, and this one girl had an SUV, so we all piled into her SUV so we could at least have one car on the bridge in case somebody came by or some crazy shit popped off. we get out, and I've done made this whole story up, kind of stealing from the original story of the Crybaby Bridge. This woman had a baby. She had the baby in the car. She was trying to get to the hospital. She ramped it off the bridge, running from somebody, and there's more to the story. Like, I had like an hour and a half drive to get there. So like I am really landed on, you know, and like at one point, you know, they're talking about not even going. They're like, no, bro. And I'm like, no, we're already halfway there, bro. Like, come on. In my head, though, and this is no bullshit. In my head, I knew it was fake. I'm just trying to get everybody in that creepy feeling, you know, just a story we can look back on when we get older, right?
Right.
Boom, we get on the bridge. You got some people onto the right side, some people on the left side. And I don't know what happens, but somebody freaks out. Said they swear to God they saw something at the bottom of the bridge. Now you're sitting up a good 25, 30, maybe even 40 feet up overlooking this river. And I was like, man, wow, whatever, bro. But in my head, I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, what the fuck? They see something, you know? So I run over there. I'm all the way on the right side. So nobody can be anywhere near me on this right side of the bridge. Right before all the crazy shit happens, the bridge just goes boom, and the whole no bullshit. I got chills talking about it right now. No bullshit. The whole bridge just shook, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? This shit for in my head, but now I'm trying to be cool and collective and trying to process what actually just happened, because I done made all this shit up. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And no bullshit, bro. There was no wind, and you know if your shirt is blowing because of wind, you know what I mean? No, it looked like, you see that, like somebody's grabbing it, not like someone's blowing it. My shirt is being pulled like this, like it's stretching, and I'm ice fucking cold, bro, ice cold, and I'm like, oh fuck, what do I do? What do I, you know, I'm freaking out. I really was kind of like low key freaking out. This other girl, she claimed she was helping me hype the story up. See, she was talking about how she's played with Ouija boards and this shit and that and the other.
I'll be hanging out with people like that, bro.
Nah, I can't do it. See, be in places you ain't got no.
So she says, she's like, there's something here. There's something here. And our buddy Nick is looking over, and he said, "There's something coming out the fucking water." Dude, we were like cockroaches when the lights came on, just fucking, and I had chills the entire time until we got off that road. And for a while, bro, I wouldn't, if it was nighttime, I would take a 20-minute detour around that bridge just because, I don't know, till this day, I can't tell you what happened. You know what I mean? I don't know. Now, I also have heard later on in life when I kind of moved out to Hayden and met people that the wrong type of folks did go down there and they party and they do some weird, you know, probably satanic shit, some cult-like activities is what I was told. They never specified satanic, but cult. There were some cultists. So there's no telling, you know what I mean? I don't know. But bro, I was fucking shook, bro. Shook.
I can't say that I've ever experienced any type of paranoid stuff, except for this ain't even scary, and this could have been just all in my mind as a kid. But when I lived in Roebuck with my grandmother, she used to pace the house. Like she had like not growing pains, of course, but you know, just being on her legs all day and walking all day. She had like, you know, leg like I do now. When I don't have no pain throughout my whole day, but as soon as I go lay down in my bed, my legs hurt. Amber tells me I got that whatever restless leg syndrome, whatever it is. But I have to take a goody powder when I'm laying in bed at night. I take a goody powder to lay down because I don't want to hurt all night. But anyways, that was besides the track, not track, besides the fact. But
let's get back on the track.
She would our circle. Jay knew our house in Roebuck. All our houses were basically this, almost put together the same way in those houses. Mine and Jay's house were identical. Except for mine was just like maybe 200 square foot, just plumper, just a little tiny plumper. But it was the same house.
Yeah.
But you can make a circle through the living room, down the hallway, through the kitchen, back through the kitchen, dining room, living room, hallway, kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Just go and I'd be in bed at night, and my nanny would she'd make that walk. She'd make that walk, and I'd be like, if I was up, I'd say, Nanny, all right? Oh, just doing my walks. My legs hurt. Just don't mind me. I'm just doing my walks. And she'd be humming, singing, oldie songs, whatever she was doing. She just walk, and then she would go to bed, lay back down. My nanny, she passed away, and it had been some time. Because I was shifting houses and living in different places and staying in different places. And then my mom got the house, and then got to go back to my bedroom or whatever. I don't remember how. I wasn't gone too long or whatever, but dude, I'll remember it for the rest of my life because of that. And I'm laying in bed one night, and the way my bed was set up to where it used to be a carport, and there was like a double steps, and I had like a sliding door, and I could see from my bed, I could see into the dining room and out into the living room and all that. I think I was probably faced around the other direction, and I could hear footsteps walking through. And then just not even thinking, I just knew instantly, like, oh, that's just Nanny doing her laps. I used to call them laps. She would do laps. And then I was like, wait a second, then it hit me, like, Nanny's gone. She's passed away. And dude, I instantly just was like, I didn't have like a scared thought. That's when I instantly thought, like, okay, like the dead can come back and still do things, maybe, possibly. And I thought to myself in my head as a young kid, I was like, oh, that's just Nanny's here, and she's doing her laps, dog, and I can hear her footsteps walking through. And that's the one and only time I've experienced something, freaky like that. And it could have just been the house making noises. And in my head, I've always heard it. I've heard it for years of her walking over and over and over. And then once I heard like the house make a certain noise, maybe my brain just told me, that's just the same thing that she was doing before. It could be just a I miss you situation, or grieving, or whatever the case may be. But that's the one and only time I've ever. Other than that, like, oh, girls say like, oh, I thought I saw something down. I thought I saw something. You always got people like that.
Everybody,
I swear, I touch my back. I swear.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, piggybacking off what Joel's saying or whatever. Now, for whatever reason, bro, our little neighborhood from Dalton, Price, and I don't know that other road, all the way down, dude, until you get like right there going off of Regents Bank. What would that be? Red Mill? Coming all the way off to the Parkway? You know what I'm talking about by the Regents Bank?
Red Lane.
Red Lane. Right. Okay, yeah, all the way from Red Lane to what that is. I
don't remember that street through the path. I forgot that street.
Yeah, but anywho, I say that to say, bro, that whole little area right there is like hella charged. Like hella charged, bro. Like, cause like if you don't believe in ghosts, or if you don't believe in the afterlife, or if you don't believe in, you know what I'm saying, things after death, I tell anybody, bro, go to my dad's house. Go to my dad's house, just especially around this time of year right now, around this time right here.
What you got over there at your daddy's house?
Oh man, Pop's house super active. Pop's house, we got a pair of little, well, we gonna say little girl, because before my grandma passed, my grandma and my granddad passed in that house.
Yeah.
So before my grandma. Yeah, for grandma passed or whatever the case, she used to always be like she was playing with a little girl. Well, there's a pair of little feet in our living room that we can't get up. Ain't never been able to get up. Pops then stripped and stained and then did everything to that floor. You feel what I'm saying? And them boys come right back. Like, I can call Stone. Me and Stone have been sitting in the den or whatever the case is. We've just been sitting there, and it literally sounded like somebody would, like you said, how you could hear the whole house. Somebody had walked from the back of the house, came right there at the den, turned back around, walked right back, and when he walked back, you heard a boom in the back. So Stone looks at me. I look at Stone, and Stone was like, "So you gonna go see what it is?"
Hell no, I've seen this movie before.
That was probably me. I probably jumped the fence and knocked on his shit.
Legit though. I got up, went back there, whatever the case is, and at the time I had a small little bookshelf with probably like a good foot and a half dip in the book slides. You know what I'm saying? Where you physically had to reach in there to pull a book out to pull. You know what I'm saying? It was like two thick books laying in the middle of the floor when I went back there. So I was like, oh well, like
shit,
stuff
the wind strong through this hallway.
But man, it's nothing to hear, hear footsteps going through the house. I've literally been at my dad's house on a foggy night. You can actually see people like walking through fog. I ain't gonna say people, but you can see apparitions.
You can see things that
you can see
shouldn't be seen.
And I don't know if you noticed, Joe, but like for whatever reason, in just that area of the cul-de-sac where my father's house is, it's hella dark. I don't care what kind of street light we put up there. What it's hella dark in that little area. Am I lying, Joe? Am I lying?
The closest street light was up the driveway that went up the hill, and the big tree.
Exactly. And it's just, bro. I swear, it's dark.
But it was dark from your house all the way down because the next street light wasn't until that old buddy with the dent in his head.
Exactly.
Mr. Barber.
Exactly. So
that's where the next street light was.
Right. So yeah, man, like I said, man, like growing up in that household, it was nothing for me to smell my grandma's perfume. It was nothing for me to be sitting there, whatever the case is, and I know I didn't put somewhere, and it was moved over here, so like it was nothing for me like that. And like I said, man, got to the point where I was like real intrigued with stuff, and like my dad's house is damn near completely all wood, from wooden floors, wooden frames, like it's like completely all wood. So any and everything that didn't happen residual in that house then stayed in that house since it's been there. You feel what I'm saying? So like I tell anybody, if you think I'm lying, go over there. Like it didn't got so normal with my dad. It don't even bother him no more. Like
I was about to ask you that because you said growing up, y'all was real. Y'all didn't believe in all that. What's his beliefs on all that? I guess like now. Because you said you didn't get to go trick or treating until you were 9 because of religious beliefs. So obviously he believes in life after death and spirits.
I mean,
and God.
Yeah.
What's his take on it? He just like when you said he just don't acknowledge it. He's out of sight, out of mind.
I mean, it's on a level of pops.
Oh, I know he didn't just freeze right there in the middle of that.
Dang! It's the spirits, bro. It's the spirits.
Somebody don't want him to talk.
Yeah, hey.
He might be dead.
You might need to call. We might need to call him, man. Jay, you good?
He did.
Hey, you gonna pick up the phone? It's gonna be old girl from The Ring. 7 days. Oh hell nah, man.
Dang,
right the other night.
Oh, you back alive?
He's alive.
You just froze for like 20 seconds, bro.
Dude, yeah.
I tell something, and somebody from the afterlife just shut you down and didn't want you to tell your story.
Mm-hmm.
And he froze.
Oh again. Damn! It froze again. They don't every time we start talking about it, bro.
Hey, this is freaky now.
Oh, how charged are you, Jay? Hey, he gonna freak out if he can reconnect. 'Cause I got something.
Oh, something's going on.
Oh shit! They done picked him up. They throw it. It's a poltergeist. It's a poltergeist. They done throw my boy Jay around. Oh, damn, he's out. Damn it, man. Oh, shit.
He just got sucked out.
Yeah, man. Is that a sign, bro? Like, what's going on, man? Shit, I
He
got
need
the
to
heat.
start talking about his house. His house is about to come kill us all.
Yeah, man. He got something latched on. He got a little bit of that house embedded inside him, man. He was talking about them spirits. They
They're
activated
listening.
on him.
They're listening into the podcast, and they was like, "No, too much."
They better get the stream a light, bro. At least you could do is like the stream. Shit, man.
He straight up shut us down.
Mm.
He's probably trying to get back in here, and they won't let him. They got him. He's alive. He's alive.
He's alive. Damn. I thought we was going to call the Ghostbusters, Jay. Shit.
Nah, man. Nah.
Jay, you sideways, bro. Stick it back up.
I can't stick it back up, bro. Let's see.
We thought you was dead, man. We thought the paranoia took you.
Nah, man. But yeah, bro. Like Pops. Like I was saying though. What did you hear? What didn't you hear?
Somebody from the afterlife.
Boom.
And you froze. You were like they done come in the house, and you was looking at them. You was like,
"Oh, we can say nah." But
he was doing weird stuff on film. He was like,
"But nah, man.
Your head went around the whole 360."
Yeah.
Oh
man.
wow. That's some good stuff. That's good footage, bro. That's good.
If that don't get us viral, boys.
But yeah, man. I say that to say though, yeah, like I said, man, Pops, he knows, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of stuff that's not malicious or harmful to him. He knows that his mom and dad has always looked after him and took care of him. So he rides that even in the spiritual world. So if anything was there to bother him, it wouldn't bother him, if that makes any sense. But yeah, though, he's completely fine with it, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I can say, things have happened to the point, you know what I'm saying? Like when he didn't have to call me, it was like, Jay, I don't know, man. I think I might have to move. And I'm like, yo, for real? He was like, yeah, like, because he was telling me probably about, I want to say 2 weeks ago, he was like, somebody was knocking on his door. And when he went to the door, whatever the case is, with nobody there.
Oh.
He was like, just so happened, or whatever the case is. He was like, he checked this little ring thing, or whatever the case is, or whatever, and still with nobody there. But you can hear on the ring with a door knocking. So like stuff like that, he'd be like, man, I don't know what that was about, type deal. And I'd just be like, your neighbor be drunk, probably, came on and knocked on the door. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit, wrong house.
You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, man, like for real, like I have like several witnesses who have just actually like just been at my dad's house and like just been there and be like, yeah, it's real creepy. It's real creepy. Like I said in the comment,
I ain't never experienced nothing like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, but all through that neighborhood, I can tell you another story, bro. No lie. I was coming from out of Center Point, Livingston Oaks. I don't know if y'all know about Livingston Oaks, but I was coming from out of Livingston Oaks handling some business. And we had a nice little time, whatever the case is or whatever. And I'm coming back down to Dad's house. At the time, I got my cousin Fatty with me. So we ride or whatever the case is. And end of the parkway, right there at the Regis Bank, I bust right on the red lane, coming on up so I can make my left on, what is that?
5 miles?
Oh, no, yeah, 5 miles coming back. Robinson, yeah, coming back towards the crib to get on Price. So I'm blessing. So as soon as I hit the right, or whatever the case. Nah, I'm at the Regis. Oh, okay. Right to the Regis. I hit the right, and like I'm first of all, I'm a little inebriated. I ain't even really supposed to be driving. Hella blaze. I'm hella blaze, bro. Like to the point where I'm just like, okay, whatever. All of a sudden, I'm creeping, and all of a sudden, like a black mist or a black like shadow, legit from the right to the left. Now in my mind, I'm looking for a bird.
Damn, I gotta stick with this.
Saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for a bird. I'm looking for because I'm like, this got to be a crow or something, like the shadow of a crow or something. And I'm like, bro, what's going on? Now, mind you, my cousin is sitting next to me, but I'm thinking he's asleep. So once again, I seen it, but I ain't say nothing. And then as I'm looking, bro, like it really looked like a person was running across the street. Legit shit. Looked like a person, but in my mind, I'm trying to be like, nah, it was the shadow. When I came around the bend, my car lights hit it a certain way, hit somebody's mailbox that made it do that,
I'm
in
faded.
my mind. Bro, I done went through I'm faded. I done went through so many scenarios, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, okay, whatever. And like we get a little bit closer, and Fatty was like, so you seen that? And I was like, okay, because like we didn't say anything to each other. We said nothing. I knew I wasn't gonna say nothing because once again, I'm high, I'm tripping, I've been, whatever, so I'm like, nah, whatever. But it's always good to have somebody with you that confirm that they seen the same shit that you seen. So it ain't like you crazy, like for real. But like he was like, bro, you seen that? And I was like, yeah, I thought I was tripping. He was like, no, you ain't tripping. He was like, it looked like somebody was running across the street. I was like, yeah, that's what it looked like. And we started laughing, and I was like, bro, because I thought it was a bird, like an owl or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or something like that, like a nocturnal bird. He was like, nah, my guy. That was a shadow running, bro. Looked like somebody was stealing something. He was getting the fuck on, like real talk. Like that's what it looked like. Looked like somebody was got caught in somebody's yard.
Robbed the bank. He diving out.
But that's what it looked like, Joe. No lie. It looked like somebody was messing around in somebody's yard, and they came outside, and he took off. But it wasn't a person. Like it was translucent. Like you could see right through it. Like it was creepy, bro. It was creepy.
I wonder what ghosts out there trying to steal.
Man, I don't know, but he was moving.
He was moving. He was peeking through the windows, bro. We got a perverted ghost out here trying to see a little booty through the blinds,
Yeah.
Hey man. But yeah, like I said, that whole little area right there has been a little weird to me. So like if I was to go to like different places, which I plan on here in the near future, like I want to just like, like the whole month of October, at least go to 2 to 3 places. Like I want to go to the Winchester House. I want to see that.
Wait, what's that?
The Winchester House?
Yeah.
Winchester Rifle. I forget her name, but she was married to the man who created the Winchester rifle.
Yeah, what I think I've heard this story before, but go on.
Yeah, but I forget her name, but she was married to the man who made the Winchester rifle. Her thing was that she felt like by her husband and them making so many of those guns, because that was the gun that was known to win the West. Because it was like the whole reload of the cock, and it was revolutionary at the time. Like motherfuckers ain't got to sit there with no musket no more, and you know what I'm saying? I can bust and keep going, you know what I'm saying? So it was revolutionary, and it killed a lot of people. So she felt like all those souls from those guns that they manufactured was hunting her. So she built this mansion, bro, and I think it's in California, I'm not mistaken. But she built this mansion, bro, to where like she got rooms to go to nowhere, staircases that go to nowhere, all that good stuff, to where she was trying to confuse the spirits that she felt like that were after her.
Oh shit.
Where it's built is on a high vibrational
frequency.
Yeah, bro, like it's pretty freaky.
There's one that's like that. I don't know if you knew this or not, Aaron, when we went there, but in Estes Park, where we stayed and camped out in the woods that night, that town in Estes Park.
Yeah, where you can like lean and when you stand up in the building. I think I know what you're talking about.
But it's called the Stanley Hotel. I got it right here. But it's a hotel where like all these people like killed themselves in and got murdered in, like all way back in the day. Yeah, and you know where it's at because like when we was coming up the mountain to go back to our tents, that big old fancy place that was up there on the hill before we made that final turn to go where we took pictures. Losing service. That was it. And I finally saw it when me and Amber went back, and actually I like Googled it when I was sitting there, and I was like, you know, I wonder what that place is. And it's I'll bring it up. I was like, dang, that place looks wild. But it's let me share it right here. It's that place right there.
Yeah,
the Stanley Hotel, and like
that looked creepy, bro.
Yeah, it does.
That looked like it got some activity
It does.
going on, bro.
It does.
And it costs a lot of money, but they let you, you know, stay the night there. It's like a resort and all that, but they tell you up front, like, you know, it creates these sounds and this place is haunted and all these people has, you know, killed themselves in it or rather got killed and all this blah, blah, blah. But it's
they give you a disclaimer before you even go in.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, you get a disclaimer and you get to stay there, but it's not for me. I ain't spending the night.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't. Nah, man. Nah, I ain't like. I mean, like I just found out Birmingham had a ghost tour. I want to check that out. But I mean, that's about as far as my stick go. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. I might go on like a paranormal, more like little investigation. You know, but first of all, I got to be with some like-minded people.
Yeah, like when it gets bad, we got to go.
Yeah, I got to trust y'all, and we got to make it happen. Like,
you
don't stop.
This paranormal game I got on VR.
Oh yeah,
but it'd be freaking me out. I can't even play it.
Oh, you talking about like with the goggles and things? Nah, see, I don't know about that because I hurt myself. I'd probably take off running and run into a wall or something like that.
I'd be freaking out. And that thing, I played it one night and that's not that. I'll quit.
Why is that creep?
Yeah, I quit. It was done for me. But we running up on that hour 6. I got it's Raven Nation time for me, and my game thing keeps popping up and saying we're getting butt whooped. So
we are.
Yeah, it says so at the moment. I don't know.
It's 7-3. It ain't that bad.
Yeah, but
I think I got some fishy stuff going on in my fantasy league. My buddy texted me, said, "Why are you swapping players right now?" I was like, "What you talking about? I can't swap players." He says, "Somebody's swapping my players around." I said, "Oh hell, we got to figure out. I'm undefeated, and people are trying to take me out the league right now. We can't have that happen."
Yeah, the only person to move your players while they're in game is the league manager.
Me and Taylor about to have a conversation. All right, gentlemen.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a good 2-month break. We're going to get to writing and get a lot of stuff wrote down and get very serious on the next season and actually do what we wanted to do on getting in here and helping people out and still make it funny, but also get to the point and get it all figured out to where we can help this young group of adolescents survive the world. You know what I'm saying? But it's been great. I'll keep it real with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Joe might be dabbling later on.
They set up a field goal. Hey, Jay, I'll holler at you in a minute. But
all right.
Y'all keep it real. Have a good weekend. And
have a great one, y'all. Be safe this Halloween, man.
Call it, dude.